Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha Hari Om. Pranam to Guruji, pranam to all friends of Vyasa, and my humble pranam to the viewers. Today we are going to take the new topic of Ramayana, new verse, and that is Sri Tulsidas Ji has written in 16th century, and that verse is in Avdi, but it resembles with the Hindi sound, and people cannot easily understand. The verse states that Saguna hi Aguna hi nahi kuch Veda Gabahi Muni Puran Buddha Veda. What Sri Tulsidas Ji is telling, that there is no difference, there is no mismatch, or there is no totally a sort of dissimilarity between Sagun and Aguna. And that one he is confirming that not only he is telling, but Gavahi means it is already people or all Muni, Sant Muni, Puran, Buddha Purush like Shankaracharya, Buddha, and even Swami Vivekananda, of course, later on Swami Vivekananda came up to Tulsidas Ji, but all are singing the same principle, same concept, that is Sagunahi Agunahi Nahi Kuch Veda. Means there is no difference between Sagun and Agun. Sagun is which having all forms, Nama, Roop and Guna. Means it has got, Sagun has got identity, certain forms, and Guna means qualities of nature. And Agun doesn't have all the things. Agun is free from all. Means though Brahman, Agun is Brahman, and that Brahman has got all the higher attributes. Brahman has got no form, and Brahman has got many properties, not the quality of nature. That's why we call, once we have the prayer of Param Brahma or Guru, then we call it, we recite that Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurutam Namami. Means that Brahman is Bhavati, free from all the bhava, free from all the properties, free from all the characteristics, and also free from all gunas, like Sattva, Tamo, Guna. So Brahman, or we can say Aguna. Brahman is also called Nirgun Brahma or Agun, we can say it. That is what Tulsidas is meaning. So this Brahman has got, or Agun has got, though it is eternal and infinite, but it doesn't have any guna quality or any property like this property of charge and spin like that. But it is a reservoir, it has got the reservoir of all the bhava or all the guna also, but he does not, Brahman as Brahman, he does not possess that one. By surface it looks very hard, very difficult to understand that Sagun and Aguna, there is no difference between Saguna and Aguna, what Tulsidas is telling and what other Muni, Rishi, all are telling. But to a sort of evolving person or to intelligent or to a sadhaka, it is a difficult task to understand or to digest this statement. So for this, we have chosen, as Sri Tulsidas is telling, so we have chosen what similar kind of statement or what way Bhagavad Gita is telling, and this episode will cover that what way science is telling related to Sagunahi, Agunahi, Nai Kachu Veda. There is no difference between Saguna and Aguna. Let us take first the example of Bhagavad Gita. Lord Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, verse number 16, he states the meaning of the verse is that this asat, sat, asat, he is comparing, and he is telling about sat and asat, how they combinedly move together. So he is telling sat does not exist, asat does not exist, and sat has no breath or a sort of the scarcity. There is no scarcity of sat. Means sat is available in plenty, and in that asat does not exist. What he means? He means that asat, though sat is followed by asat, sat is achieved with the help of asat only, but it does not exist. Asat does not exist, and sat exists only, and it is no, it doesn't have any scarcity. It is also plenty. By this statement, we little get confused that what Lord Krishna is telling in the verse as a formula about sat and asat. He tells only that always sat and asat moves or is applied, or if sat asat plays with the objects to have a functional aspect or to know what is its originality and what way it is matter means. It simply means that sat is energy and asat is matter. But it has got, both has got the interrelation, and one cannot move without another. This means that sat can be obtained with the help of asat only. This will be more clear if we take one example. Let us take the example of ice get melted and become the steam, dry steam. So that example will make it more clear the functional aspect of sat and asat. First, ice is put in the pan, steel pan, and that pan is kept in the gas stove. Then what happens? The gas, because of the heat of the gas, ice start melting. That is one scenario. Then ice becomes water. It is second scenario. Then the same water start becoming steam. The third scenario. And finally, the steam gets completely evaporated. That is the final scenario. That is, we can say the final scenario is Aguna. There is no guna now. What guna ice was having all got all disappeared. So the fourth scenario we have seen while melting the ice to the gas or a sort of dry steam condition. Let us investigate in the first scenario when ice was kept on the gas stove. So gas was the sort of there when ice started melting because of the pan was in contact with the gas. So in that scenario, gas scenario, let us take the scenario between gas and pan. So pan is a sat and gas is asat because pan takes the heat, and then it is for this kind of scenario, pan is sat and gas is asat. In the second scenario, the pan becomes asat and water melting of ice becomes the sat. In the third scenario, likewise, once the water getting evaporated or more heat is gained, then water becomes the sat, and that hot water, boiling water becomes the sat, and that pan is asat. So pan was sat for second scenario, but now in third scenario, pan is asat. Similarly, fourth scenario, when boiling water, earlier boiling water was the sat in the case of third scenario, but now boiling water becomes the asat, and sat is only dry steam or evaporated steam, nothing is there. So to get Aguna, means a complete no no guna or no shape and no existence of water or ice. So that scenario is the sat in this case, and before that, whatever scenario happened, they have got sat and asat combination. The first scenario, sat became the asat for second scenario, and second scenario, sat has become the sort of asat for third scenario. Like that, sat, asat continued, combinedly continued to get the final scenario of Aguna, or final scenario of sat. That is what Lord Krishna says, that this object in the nature works under sat asat combination, and then only we can reach to the sat condition while evolution process. And similarly the case while manifestation process. From truth or from the true sat, sat is true. So from truth, we this manifestation matter comes out finally, and in that scenario, vice versa process happens. But for both the scenario, sat and asat both have to work combinedly to reach from one state to another, from sagun to nirgun. That are from sat to from asat to sat. So that is what Lord Krishna is telling in the verse number 16 of chapter 2 of Bhagavad Gita. This whole concept, let us take the now concept of science. Why we are taking the concept of science is because till now it is not so conducive for us to digest the concept that Saguna Aguna Naikati Veda. There is no difference between Saguna and Aguna. At the same time, we have seen that when Lord Krishna is telling Sat Asat, there is no difference. They are moving combinedly to give the framework of Sat. So let us take if something we can get from modern science. Modern science, for that, modern science we have to take the highest theory. They have got quantum theory, and the quantum theory has got a similar kind of statement. Let me explain now the loop diagram. The loop diagram what we prepared, there all four particles have been shown along with the three generation. That is, means total 12 particles are there, which are taking part in the object making, or we can say that construction of the object. Any object in the universe are getting constructed because of these 12 particles, interaction of these 12 particles. And we have also seen that flavor of quark gets a sort of loop, prepare a loop between proton and neutron. Similarly, family of lepton, they also have a loop between electron and neutrino. That we have already seen. Anyway, let us take it once more, this glance, and let us see that what the message the loops are giving. The loops are mainly giving 2 or 3 messages. One is it gives that how the action or karma is going to be held, between which particle what kind of karma will be there, and how long the loops will be very strong, and how to break the loop so that we can understand the Saguna and Aguna concept with the help of the particles or with the help of the loop. So having placed this, all the particles, proton, electron, neutron, and neutrino, and making, means how they make the loops, let us again examine that these points or these particles, how they are in the micro universe, means human body. And in human body, we see that point number 2, which is a place of proton, is at the back of the head, top back of the head. Point number 3 is a place of electron, is at the front, that is Agya Chakra. Point number 4, which is a place of neutron, and that is place of Prakriti or nature also. And point number 5 is a place of Jivatma. So 2, 3, 4, 5 places already have been shown in the micro diagram in the human body, human brain and body, and they are the placement of those particles also have been given. Now a loop is made when association of 4, bindu number 4 and 2 are there. If they get associated, then loop formation, what we have seen in the previous slide, is made. Loop means what? Loop is the very strong association of these two particles, which has to work together. Anyway, it is a flavor of quark, so it works together. But this association cannot be broken so easily unless some other forces are applied. And that force is very difficult to understand. But here we will see that how the loop can be broken. So first loop, where a strong association of proton and neutron is there, that shows one type of loop. And a strong association of electron and neutrino in that body and brain, that shows another type of loop. They are responsible to make two different kinds of karma or action. For instance, the bindu number 4 means electron and neutrino. If they are together in the loop form, then that type of karma is known as a karma sangra in Bhagavad Gita. And the loop made by proton and neutron, that is a bindu number 2 and 4, that kind of loop will have the action. If suppose we are dwelling on that, then we will have the karma prerana. Karma prerana is better than karma sangraha. Karma sangraha is because of electron and neutrino, and karma prerana is because of neutron and proton. So what does it mean? This loop indicates that the karma prerana is because of certain conditions, and karma sangraha is because of another certain condition. And how to break them, that also will analyze. Now karma prerana is better. It is stated in Bhagavad Gita. If we are making karma prerana, it is good for the society, for the self, and for the inner development also. But it is not the final one. This has to be ultimately broken. The association of Purusha and Prakriti has to be broken. How to break that one? That we'll see. At the same time, association of neutrino and electron also has to be broken. So this breaking mechanism of these two loops are we will discuss presently right now. And because of breaking of this only, we can lead or we can go toward the Saguna and Aguna point. We can understand that how after breaking these two loops will lead us to Saguna and Aguna. What Tulsidas is telling in this verse, that Saguna hi Aguna hi nahi kuch Veda. And then because of after understanding the loop breaking or dissociation of the loop, then we'll understand that how this Saguna is established and Aguna is established, and there is no difference between them. So this one method, what spiritual methods are there, karma, because we were talking about karma theory, and Bhagavad Gita says all the things in the karma yoga. So first, breaking of the loop of electron and neutrino, that can happen if jiva means that a neutrino feels that jiva is not the doer and jiva is not the enjoyer. If that is getting convinced by the jiva, then who is the enjoyer, who is the doer? That jiva will understand that, okay, that Saguna Deva, which in Bhakti Marg the people are worshipping. So that kind of Saguna Upasana will make the jiva or individual to understand that jiva is not the doer, or individual is not the doer, as well as individual is not the enjoyer. Then only in front of individual, whatever deva is there, they are the doer, they are the enjoyer. So this Saguna worship helps them to come out from that condition, that doership and enjoyership. And that way, Saguna Upasak can evolve and can reach to the Aguna. Similarly, if we take that other one, Karma Sangraha, if that is broken, how that can be broken? That is still difficult to break. Of course, both are difficult, but that kind of loop can be broken by selfless work. Most of us, we are selfish. We are working for self. We are not working for others. Even for working for others, we have got the motto of getting some appreciation, some result, some sort of favor, patting, and all. So that is what is behind selfless working normally. So first condition of breaking that loop is to work selflessly, and second condition of that loop to break will strengthen that breaking of the loop, or that will make the loop very, very dissociated. Purusha and Prakriti will be taken away, means they will not be in the loop. That is no desire of the fruits. Work selflessly, work for others, and without having desire of the fruits. If these two conditions are obtained, then only the loop between a proton and neutron can be broken, and that way this Aguna can be achieved. So Aguna and Saguna. Aguna achievement by breaking the loop of proton and neutron is easy, provided we are having that condition of selfless working as well as no desire of the fruits. Similarly, with the help of Saguna, Saguna means some idol or some God is there in front of us, and then we are, while worshipping, we are making our understanding that we are not the doer, we are not the enjoyer, only God whom we are worshipping, they are, means that God is enjoyer and the doer. So that will elevate us from Bindu number 3, which is the place of electron, and that will push us to Bindu number 2, and like that we will go to the Bindu number 1, where Brahman is there, Aguna is there. Now, let us see how quantum mechanics is going to help us to understand the Saguna and Aguna. In the quantum mechanics, we can understand, if we understand that, then our spiritual aspect will be more clear. Understanding the quantum mechanics, let us take the parallel concept of classical mechanics. Classical mechanics states that object in nature is deterministic if we have all the parameters. For example, in the space, about whatever we have got planets. So planets movement, if we know particular planet orbits, at the same time their revolution speed we know, then that planet, if we know these two things of the planet, particular planet, then we can predict, we can finally predict that after 20 years, what will be the position of that planet exactly, deterministic way. We can determine that. At the same time, we can also determine that what could have been the position of planet or scenario of planet 30 years back. So this future and past could be exactly or can be obtained, scenario of future and past can be obtained in a deterministic way. So it is so simple in that classical mechanics. But what quantum mechanics says, this why we can get there in classical mechanics? So because object or matter is either in particle form or in wave form. So they can be either in particle or wave. Because of that, the whole outcome can be deterministic in that classical mechanics. But in quantum mechanics, it is not so. Quantum mechanics, the object will neither be particle nor be wave. It will be combination of particle and wave. Because of that, the outcome cannot be obtained deterministically. It will be probabilistic. Why so? Because of this nature of or the combination of a particle and wave combination in the object or matter. So in this case, what quantum mechanics say that whatever was the deterministic in classical mechanics, it becomes the probabilistic approach or probabilistic condition scenario of that. After once we are observing any object, especially this quantum mechanics is mainly for atomic particle or particles which are small, objects are very small, that way. So atomic particle case, it cannot be the deterministic. Whereas in a large object, it can be fine. Classical mechanics is okay. But for particle like atomic particle and subatomic particle, it is not so. So what quantum mechanics says, that being object being or matter being combination, having combination of particle and wave, so it gives the outcome in a new fashion, and that outcome is known as a wave function. For example, it says that the total all possible combined output is the wave function only, and reality exists in wave function. So this is the result, or this is the statement of quantum mechanics. By having this concept here, let us a little analyze this. Now, once quantum mechanics says that object or matter is neither particle nor the wave, but it is combination of particle and wave. So what it means? This means that similar way what Lord Krishna was telling, that reality exists as a Sat, but this is not only, this cannot be approached by only a Sat or Sat. It is a combination of Sat and Asat. So here in science, it is a combination of particle and wave. One is a Sat, other is a Sat in the in-between scenario. And that is what we understand from quantum mechanics, that all possible combined outcome is a wave function, and the reality exists in the wave function. So if we superimpose this concept on Saguna and Aguna, then as reality exists in the science, reality exists in the wave function. Similarly, we can see here that Aguna exists in the functional aspect of Saguna and Aguna in between. Similarly, we can say that Sat Asat combination only leads towards the Sat, like Saguna Aguna aspects lead towards the Aguna. So this way we can we will have some clarity. And one why we have taken the quantum mechanics concept here, because some of the things are better can be understood in a better way once we take the principle of latest principle of science, modern science. And that is why Swami Vivekananda used to say the best of the West, that is science, modern science, and the best of the East, that is spirituality and yoga, should be brought together on a common platform so that people can understand each other concept to narrow down or to get clarity wherever missing links are existing. And this way we find that Saguna and Aguna concept, what Sri Tulsidas ji is telling, there is no Veda, there is no difference, there is no dissimilarity, is very correct. And Bhagavad Gita also endorses the same in terms of Sat and Asat. At the same time, modern science, particularly that quantum mechanics also endorses in terms of wave function. So in this way, we have got clarity, and the whole, it doesn't mean that only spiritual masters are getting clarity because of modern science. The modern science also, wherever they have got lagging scenario or wherever they are not clear, they can take the help of spiritual science, especially Upanishad and Bhagavad Gita or Veda, and they can get a lot of clarification. Thank you very much for listening.